Hello, welcome back. Did you get a chance to watch the Saudi Arabian Formula One race this weekend? Well, let's get you up to date. This is one fan's opinion. If you did not see the results, let's get that out of the way right off the top. Oscar Piastri and Max Verstappen. Max started in first, Piastri in second. Piastri took the whole thing. I told you he was a guy to keep your eyes open for. Wow, way to go, Oscar. Way to go. Again, give the man his flowers. Max came in second. Charles Leclerc came in third. Lando Norris came in fourth. George Russell came in fifth. Kimi Antonelli came in sixth. And Lewis Hamilton came in seventh. So for those of you that missed what had happened in Saudi Arabia, sorry, it's called Arabia. It's not Saudi Arabia. But history lesson for another time. In the beginning of the Formula One race in Arabia, first corner, well, let me just show you what happened.
And the Saudi Grand Prix is up.
All right, so they got out on their way. Look, right here. Oscar Piastri and Max Verstappen into the first corner. Oscar got a good jump off of the line, and, well, Max, being Max, is not backing down. So Oscar had the line. Max clearly did not have the line. Piastri used the whole track, somewhat forcing Verstappen off of the track. So what happened was, you will see in a second, Max cuts the whole corner, gets in front, and stays in front. Even though he was told, give the place back, he would not give the place back. Now, if this was the guy that ran Oscar, let's say, off of the track, do you think Piastri would have given the position back? Most likely. And Max's defense would have been, I had the line, right? Max did this in 2021 to Hamilton, 2022, 23, 24. But now that someone else has done this to him, he's crying about it. Anyhow, he did not give the position back, and he was given by the stewards a 5-second penalty, which is funny because normally they would give out a 10-second penalty. But again, that's just my opinion, right? Eventually, Max had to come in, and he took the 5-second penalty, which gave Piastri a good run. Max lost the race by, I think it's 2.6 seconds. So that did cost him, but he did it to himself. Let's take a look, and you can see he cut the corner. Just did. So he cuts the corner and keeps the position. Unfair advantage. Antonelli had cut someone and gave back the position. And then Yuki Tsunoda came in contact, and, well, they were off the track. The race was not a bad race, but, I mean, the highlight is Max and Piastri. What would you say? Now, if you look at it, you can see that Piastri is ahead of Max. Going into the corner, Max's front wheel was alongside Piastri's side view mirror. As they get into the corner, of course, Max is going back further. Now, what he should have done was to back off and set up for the next corner, but that's not Max's style. It's just not. And it's crazy because if he did that to someone, it wouldn't be a big deal to him. Oh, I had the line. Do you see why I have a problem with Max? And then Christian Horner decided, of course, to get involved, which, I mean, as a team principal, you should, to fight the decision of the stewards. Well, the stewards have video footage. They have the telemetry readings from the black boxes that are in their cars. If you can push someone off the track, Max, then someone else should be able to push you off of the track the same way. Fair is fair, no? Again, for those that don't know the standing, now Piastri leads Norris in the driver's points. So it's Oscar Piastri, Lando Norris, Max Verstappen, George Russell, Charles Leclerc, Kimi Antonelli, Lewis Hamilton. Crazy, right? So the next race will be Miami. Welcome to Miami. Well, you know what? These days, you've got to be careful of what song you sing because you're representing people that are in the news. My prediction for this coming race? Well, Max isn't going to lay down. So I anticipate Max doing Max things and being on pole position once again. I think Lando Norris, because he was so far back, has got something to prove as well. So I think Lando will be second. Oscar, phenomenal driver, so I think he will be in third. I think George Russell will be fourth. Charles Leclerc, I think, will be fifth. Hamilton will either be sixth or seventh. But let's see what happens. Hamilton has said that, this season is a wash. Who called that from the beginning? He's having trouble getting to grips with the different style, the different way the car handles versus his typical driving. You've got to remember, for I don't remember how many years he's been with Mercedes and has gotten used to driving a certain way, now has to retrain himself to drive the way that this car is, to handle this car's characteristics. Oh, learning to drive all over again, right? Difficult thing to do. As I said, I don't expect anything until next season at the earliest. Next season, I expect Ferrari to start being, they are being competitive, but more competitive. And when I say Ferrari, I mean Charles Leclerc, after the summer break. Those are my thoughts. The interesting thing is rules are going to change come next year, 2026. So will that help Hamilton or will that hurt him? Well, in racing, anything can happen. But again, that's just one fan's opinion. Down below, let me know. What do you think? Am I right with my predictions? Am I even right about what decisions the stewards make? What would you do differently? Down below, let me know. Miami,